Yo, good afternoon. Welcome to Children's BBC Wednesday afternoon, of course. Did you see Simon Parkin doing the birthdays this morning? Why did he have a dress on? What, panto? But there isn't going to be a panto, Ed. I've told you there isn't going to... There isn't... Oh, no, there isn't. Touche Turtle at 4:05 this afternoon, followed by the Paw Paws, Hartbeat at 4:30, then Newsround and Biker Grove at 10 past. But first, Noel the Snail.
Oh, tender non-snails, you without shells, what kept you? How doody. But more to the point, can you guess what today's animals, not one, but two are?
Some jump high and some jump low. One's green and smooth, the other's firm and bumpy. They have long legs. They grow from tadpoles and they live in the water.
And the answer is...
Frogs! And toads!
Voila, which is French for there you are then. Frogs and toads, that's it. Frogs and toads are amphibians. They can live on land and in water and have been on Earth 3 million years. They have good eyesight and both are able to drink through their skins by sitting in a puddle. When is a frog not a toad? When it's slippery to touch, has teeth and jumps about a lot. Toads, including a type called natterjacks, a lovely name, are altogether a nobblier, waddlier and plumper lot. Fish don't often eat their eggs or spawn as it has a revolting taste. The largest frog in the world is the Goliath frog from South America. It can weigh 3,306 grams, or the same as 2 pairs of large Wellingtons. In 1986, at a famous animal jumping jubilee in California, an American bullfrog called Rosie the Riveter jumped an amazing 6.55 metres. Wonderful. By the way, do you know where frogs keep their savings? In a riverbank, of course. Oh, dear. And now for a poem by Aileen Fisher. Any relation to my good friend Jeremy? Anyway, it's called The Frog's Lament. I can't bite like a dog, said the bright green frog. I can't nip, I can't squirt, I can't grip, I can't hurt. All I can do is hop and hide when enemies come from far and wide. I can't scratch like a cat, I'm no match for a rat. I can't stab, I can't snare, I can't grab, I can't scare. All I can do my whole life through is hop, said the frog, and hide from view. And that's what I saw him up and do. Time for a song in the company of Rupert the Bear and more frogs than you'd care to mention. moment you've all been waiting for. Let's get quizzical with Noel, your plain yet gorgeous snail. Who is green and much beloved by Miss Piggy? Why, Kermie the Frog. This fellow rides around in a caravan and is brave. It's Toad of Toad Hall. Now a froggy would a fishing go, and in a posh coat. Yes, it's Mr. Jeremy Fisher. My Auntie Bunty met him once in person. I kid you not. 3 down and 1 to go. Here is another but lesser-known Toad. It's Mr. Jackson from the Tale of Mrs. Tittlemouse. So join me again for surprises with no prizes. I've heard of stamp collectors, but frog collectors? Yes, I've heard of them. Wendy Richard, for one.
I think I've always really liked frogs, but I've only started collecting them since 1976. This was the very first frog I bought. Isn't he lovely? All those lovely colours. Wish I had the rest of the tea set to go with that. For some reason or other, the Victorians used to use frogs a lot to decorate vases and bowls, and this is a genuine Victorian vase. This one, Peter Dean, who plays my brother in EastEnders, he gave me this for my birthday last year, all surrounded by chocolates. It's lovely. And this one is really quite unusual. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see, Wendy.
And it's all set on a big shell, and if you turn it round very carefully, which is the right way up, that's the right way up, there's a painting there of the sea. Don't know who did that. Must have had an awful lot of patience. Now, this little frog, little girl who came to see me in pantomime 2 years ago, she brought me that for a present, and usually it's on my dressing table with all brushes and things in. Now, the frog's behind me, the lamp, that was made by a lady on the Isle of Wight. She makes wonderful lamps. And then I've got froggy teapots, and the big frog, that's where I keep my tea bags. And this is a tapestry I've just finished. I do this when I'm hanging about in between scenes. And that's a frog too. And that's going to be made up into a cushion. I had the chance to get closer to some real frogs and some frog spawn when I met Simon King on his programme, King and Company.
Look at that.
Isn't that amazing?
That's just one clump.
Yeah.
That's just from one female. Have you ever held it? Have you ever held frog spawn?
Oh, no, but I'm going to, aren't I?
Well, if you want to. I'm not going to...
I didn't like it when I actually had to handle the frog spawn. It was horrible, all cold and slimy. Ugh, not at all nice.
I've never tasted it. So... Ready?
Yes.
It's quite hard to hold.
Oh, dear.
Got it?
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
They make little toys like this, don't they?
Yeah.
Little buckets of this stuff.
We stood for hours in this cold pond, but when finally the first frog appeared, it was quite exciting.
That's a male.
I've got over 2,000 frogs in my collection now. I've got loads of frogs in my EastEnders dressing room. Children have sent them to me. I've got pictures of frogs. Some of them done some wonderful drawings of frogs. I must say, they're all pinned up on the wall. I can remember where each one of them came from. But it's funny, isn't it? Green isn't my favourite colour. In fact, I never wear green because I'm superstitious. I prefer blue.
Oh, I do too. Now then, non-snails, tell me what frog and toad stories you're mad about.
Wind in the willows because Toad is always getting into trouble.
Jeremy Fisher.
Once upon a lily pad.
Frog Prince, because the frog turns into a princess.
Don't be shy, I like that one too. It's nearly as good as the Snail Queen, which is all about this snail and a very good-looking passerby. Oh, shh, this Noel. My fab story now is called Natty Jack. When are you coming back? 3 quarrelsome frogs, Rani, Biffo and Francoise, had been pond hunting for months when they found a beauty. It was at least 7 leaps by 4, and a bit bigger than the old one where they had lived since they were but froglets. They thought it was splashing. It's a step up in the world, said Rani. I've never seen such a wondrous pond in all my spawn days, declared Biffo grandly. Let's have it, shouted Francoise, and for once they all agreed and dived straight in. Moving is very stressful, complained Rani. No, it isn't, said Francoise. But it wasn't long before they were butterflying and bickering as usual. One day, a smart toad called Natty Jack came up to them. He fancied his chances of moving in. Here, said Francoise. What's your name? Natty Jack, he said. Here, said Biffo. That's a stupid name, bighead. Ah, said Rani. You look more like a Dudley. Dudley, Dudley. The trio chanted mercilessly. Of course, there's nothing wrong with being called Dudley, except if your name is Natty Jack. I'd like to move in, said Natty Jack. I feel like a toad in a hole, all on my own. Said Biffo. No way. Buzz off, bumpy slow coach. This is our pond, said Rani and Francoise together. And Natty Jack left. Well, wouldn't you? Yuck, said Francoise. I hate people who are different to me, who are ponderous when I am quick and who want to live where I live. And for a change, the other two agreed. Just then, a storm blew up, and a horrendous one at that. The three frogs were terrified. It got worse and worse. With thunder, lightning, and torrential rain, they clung on to a big bumpy rock for dear life until the storm finally died down. But it wasn't a rock. It was that smart toad. Dudley! They all cried. Natty Jack, said the toad. You saved our lives. You're splashing old. We love you. Come and live with us and save our lives again when we next need it. No, thank you, muttered the toad grimly, and waddled off into the horizon before they could stop him. The three quarrelsome frogs were very sorry. They sat in their beautiful pond and deeply pondered when, oh, when Natty Jack would come back, for they realized then that a toad in need is a friend indeed.
He's dancing.
Is this any way to treat a huge toad?
This is what I said. Hoppy, hoppy, rider, get a felter tighter. This you, you'll fall down.
She'll be tickling him next.
When I tickle his tummy, he really likes it. But if I tickle his feet, he doesn't like it. What's small and green with red spots?
A baby hollybush, perhaps?
A frog with measles. What's the frog's favourite drink?
I don't know. What's a frog's favourite drink?
Coca-Cola.
Where do frogs go to have their eyes checked?
Where does a frog get his eyes checked?
Optician.
Desist. So until next time, when the animal from my album will be, whoops, good leaves. I nearly told you. I don't know what came over me. So hang on in there, humans, and be there or be square.
See you next week, Noel. More animals at 4:10 this afternoon in the shape of the Paw Paw Bears, followed at 4:35 by Hartbeat, which today discusses throwaway art. But now time for another little animal, Touche Turtle.
Kinda nice having a day off from hero work, isn't it, dum-dum?
Yeah, nice.
No one to rescue, just rest and relaxation. Oh, Piffle, who's that?
Well, whoever it is, we are not at home. Right, Touche?
Right. That's funny, there's no one here.
Yes, there is, Uncle Touche. Here I am, down here. Mommy said to give you this.
Dear Touche, this is your nephew, Teensy Turtle. Seeing as how you are his favorite uncle, I promised him he could spend the weekend with you.
Yeah, I'm going to help you with that hero stuff, like touche away. And touche back again.
Well, what do you know? A chip off the old half shell.
Uh-oh, the phone.
I got it. Hello? Touche and Teensy Heroes Incorporated.
Give me that phone. Hello, Touche and Teensy. I mean, Touche Turtle at your service. Oh, hello there, Warden. What's that? The moose has escaped again? Yes, sir, can do. Here, Dum, watch Teensy while I go catch the escaped convict.
Okay, Touche.
Touche, away!
The coast is clear. His garbage can escape fools him every time.
Not old Touche, it don't.
Oh, no, not you again, Touche Turtle. Every time I bust out of jail, you catch me. You want to give me a complex?
Teensy away!
Oh, no.
Faster, Uncle Dum Dum. Uncle Touche needs us.
Whoa!
Thought I told you guys to wait in the house.
But Teensy said...
Teensy said? Who's boss around here anyways? Touche, away! Now, where's that miserable moose?
Where indeed, but up on the 4th floor, from which I will now drop a potted petunia on his noggin.
Look, we gotta save Uncle Touche.
Do we do? I mean, we do.
We sure do.
There, you give the signal, and I'll drop this refrigerator on the moose's coconut.
Refrigerator, away!
Petunias away.
Come on out, Moose. I got you surrounded. That didn't hurt much. But that hurt very much.
Maybe we didn't help Uncle Touche hard enough.
Nothing could be harder than that.
6 more inches and I got you, Moose.
Oh, Uncle Touche!
Yes, Teensy.
I just wanted to tell you I'm going back to the house with Uncle Dum and not cause you any more trouble.
Oh, you're a good little turtle.
There is a key, nifty, swell yellow balloon for little old Teensy here. And oh, yeah, here's your money, mister. And now, Teensy,
Up here, Uncle Dum. Whee! Bet you didn't know turtles can fly, did you?
I'm still not sure of it. Hang on, Uncle Dum Dum will save you.
Little does Touche know I ran cross-country on a present track team.
Off we go into the wild world.
Free as a bird. No more Touche, no more prison.
Make my bed, Warden. I'll be coming home tonight.
Well, bless my people.
Excuse me, Uncle Touche, but which way is the jail?
By George, Dum, he is a chip off the old half shell.
12 after 4, Children's BBC Live from London's West End, the final part of Biker Grove today at 5:10. Before that, there's Newsround at 5 o'clock with Helen, and at 4:30 in Hartbeat today, Tony and the team will look at throwaway art. But before all that, what's today's Paw Paw Bears called? Snow Business.
Paw Paw Bears! Deep, deep in the forest, far away from everywhere. With a bunch of mighty little critters, they're called the Paw Paw Bears. These are brave and fearless Paw Paws, as everyone well knows. When you get in trouble, and this goes double, you call the Paw Paw Bear. Paw Paw Bears! Paw Paw Bears! Paw Paw Bears! These Paw Paws pop up all around like magic. They're there. The The troubles that you thought you had have vanished in the air. So don't forget those Paw Paws. They'll come from everywhere. If you get in trouble, and this goes double, you call the Paw Paw Bears.
Paw Paw Bears. Paw Paw Bears. Paw Paw Bears.
The snow sure makes the forest look beautiful.
Right, Princess. It's a lovely day. But I'm not sure those rabbits would agree.
My, they do look cold. What's he signaling?
He's saying, send food. We're hungry.
They must be starving and cold.
We'll be back with food. Take care.
Good. Our little forest friends must be taken care of.
Well, it's up to us. Oops! Watch out!
Coming through.
There's enough frozen food here to feed an army.
This is for the animals, Trembly. The army you'll have to wait.
Army is just an expression.
I knew that.
An errand of mercy. Food for our less fortunate friends.
Food for our less fortunate friends. What did you say?
I didn't say anything. It was my stomach growling.
I heard it. It said, why doesn't Darkboard get us some food?
That must have been my stomach, because I sure wouldn't have said that.
Well, eat this, you stomach stuffers.
Maybe we could disguise ourselves as snowmen and steal their food.
I've got a better idea. We'll disguise ourselves as snowmen and steal their food.
Gee, you get all the great ideas.
I do. I do.
On behalf of all the Paw Paws, I, Trembly Paw, would like to present to you the cold, the hungry, and the needy animals of the forest.
Trembly, that's enough, Trembly.
I was just giving the food time to defrost.
Wait, let me help. The sun and this magnifying glass should do the trick. Yay! And talking about tricks, now that's what you call snowmen. They almost look real. Sneaky snowman, kitschy, kitschy.
It's what I call Dark Paw and the Mean Nose.
That's right. We came for our share of the food.
If you want to share, you work.
If you'd like to help us.
Who's gonna stop us from just helping ourselves?
Me.
You and who else?
Me and Totem Bear.
You're walking on thin ice around here, Dark Paw. I think he's right, Master.
Don't be ridiculous. They don't scare me.
But we are walking on thin ice.
Now you tell me.
Uh-oh, waterfall up ahead.
Why is there always a waterfall up ahead? And the oil! That's what I call cold. Why do the Paw Paws always have to win?
Well...
Why can't I ever win?
Well...
Is it because they have the Totem Bear on their side?
But, boss, the Totem Bear didn't help them.
Who asked you?
We could win if we steal the Totem Bear.
Of all the stupid suggestions. I know. We could win if we steal the Totem Bear.
You've done it again, boss. What a brilliant idea.
Yeah. How do I do it? While those goody-good Paw Paws are out helping all the cold and hungry animals, I'll just help myself to their frozen Totem Bear.
You do him again, boss.
Yeah, sure. Again, Super Boss.
Go this way!
This should do it.
Which way now, boss?
Our way. Okay, you lumbering lummoxes. We've clobbered the totem bear, the tortoise, and their precious eagle. Now start building a fake totem.
How we gonna do that, boss?
Out of snow, you mushhead.
Yeah, but how?
Fast. Very fast. No, you empty-headed dum-dums. A totem bear.
Yes, you creative creatures.
Right away! Right away! How's that, boss?
How's this? Get the idea?
Gotcha! Gotcha! Phew! I wouldn't want to do that again.
Okay, out of the way. Now to top off that snow totem with this totem eagle.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Well, you two chattering chowderheads, what are you waiting for? You've got work to do.
Oh. The Paw Paws are really gonna get the cold shoulder when they try to use this totem.
Get going. Tie those ropes on and let's pull this real totem bear out of here.
Where's your rope, boss?
This is my rope. Now pull.
Yay! Some ride, huh, boys?
You like that ride? Ride this.
Boss, you got an idea.
I do? Yeah, sure. Of course I do. You two bumpkins stay here and keep an eye on our big friend. I've got another surprise for the Paw Paws.
Good thing those poor, hungry animals have us to look after them.
Right on, Trembly.
It sure is a good feeling, being able to help somebody.
Yes, giving is better than receiving.
Especially if what you're giving is ice-cold snow. Lots of it.
Tell me, I don't see what I think I see.
You see an avalanche.
I told you not to tell me.
Run, Princess, run!
Say no more, say no more.
Our only hope is the totem bear. Totem! Please stop that avalanche! Oh my, that's not the totem.
He's gone.
And so is our food supply. Look!
No totem and no food.
The totem bear is gone. Stolen.
And that avalanche was no accident either.
Sure looks like the work of Darkpaw.
You're right. Hey, look over here. He went that way.
Well, he's in for a battle, because that's the way we're going.
I better stay and protect the village. You never know. It looks awful. Yeah, the spitting image of Darkpaw.
Friend hurt.
I wonder what Darkpaw's doing to the Paw Paws now. Oh, probably the usual mean and rotten stuff. Yeah, mean and rotten. Yeah, just like he's going to do to us when he finds out the totem bear is missing.
What's wrong, you banana brains?
Hello, Your Greatness,
Come on, we're gonna really hide that totem bear so those pinhead Paw Paws will never find it.
Oh, I don't think they'll find it now, Your Gracious Ghoulishness.
Oh, good, you've already hidden it.
You could say that, or you could say it's already hidden. Yeah, it must be because we can't find it.
You mean you lost it?
No, he did.
I don't care who lost it.
Lost what?
Lost? What's lost? Are you lost? Well, they're not lost. Maybe you're lost. Yeah, that's it. And if you go back, you'll be found. Goodbye.
We're not going anywhere until you tell us where you hid our totem bear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we didn't take it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we left him right here.
Well, the totem bear wouldn't just get up and walk away.
Maybe it did, Princess. Look at these footprints.
They're headed for that ridge.
Quick, let's follow him.
Well, now, come on, we gotta find out.
We've got to get to that totem there before they do. Now, don't be nervous. Just do what I do. It's a key. All you have to do is watch out for trees. And look out for tunnels.
That's no tunnel, old muddled mistaken master. That's a big bear.
You dumbbells! I told you to look out for...
Rocks! Yay! Yay!
Yay! Yay!
Oh, duck! Yay!
Next time, you hot dogs find your own snowball.
Look, it's Totem Bear.
Yeah? Well, we found them first.
But he's our Totem Bear.
Finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
Right, you found it, so you keep it.
Look at them. Finally, they realize who's boss. What are you two bug-eyes staring at? Haven't you ever seen real power before? Yay! That's what I call bad breath.
Well, what is it?
It's the legendary snow monster.
Oh. Oh!
Come on, let's go.
Good idea.
This way.
Why this way?
To follow the snow monster.
The two snow monsters. Maybe there's a whole family of snow monsters.
I think one of them is not a snow monster.
Good friend, buddy, pal, shake, have fun, dance.
A dancing snow monster? Oh, dear.
If you call that dancing.
You like snow cone? Huh? You no talk. You no like cone. You no like me. Maybe I no like you, buddy, pal. You no friend.
See? That's Totem Bear.
Come on.
Uh-oh. We have only one chance, Trembly. Come on, Totem Bear. Show your stuff.
Give it to him, Totem Bear.
You really no friend.
Hit him with your left. Hit him with your right. I was just trying to give Rocky Totem a few pointers. Way to go, champ.
You no pal, no buddy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this looks bad. This is bad.
Talk about being out cold. Look at Brave Paw and Mighty Paw.
Oh, it's terrible. What do we do?
Well, we could ask for a rematch. Or we could run. Are you sure that this is going to work, Master?
Have I ever let you down before?
Well,
Well, what?
well, never mind. We're not going to smash Bumble into that rock, are we, Master?
Oh, no. You're gonna smash Bumble into that rock.
Thanks a lot.
This is gonna be a lot harder than I thought.
Harder on who?
One dunk into this hot spring and Bumble will be back to his disgusting little self. What'd he say?
He said...
That's what I thought he said. So how was I to know they shut off the hot water for the winter?
Boy, it's cold. I'll say.
maybe it'll be a short winter and we can thaw out in the spring.
Of course, we'll probably starve first.
Quiet, you two blubbering blockheads.
We're out! We're free! Yeah! I never thought I'd be glad to be zapped! Would you like me to zap you out, Master?
Of course not. I'd, like you to zap me out.
I thought you'd never ask.
Trembly, are you afraid?
Me? Don't be silly. I always shake when I'm cold, and sometimes when I'm not.
We better do something quick before that snow monster turns us into frozen food.
I got
Your magnifying glass? Trembly, this is no time to examine your stamp collection.
I only hope this works. I'll focus a sunbeam on that monster and...
No like hot.
It's melting.
Hot stuff, no good. No like. Yeah.
Punky Paw Paws pick on poor little me. Poor little me.
Oh, Trembly, you're a hero. You've done it.
I think I'm starting to melt.
Well, what have we here? Looks like the snow monster gave you a pretty chilly reception.
Very funny, Dark Paw.
About as funny as the look on your face after I get rid of your precious totem there. Come on, you buzzard brains. Let's slide this thing out of here.
Thanks, Trembly. Sure glad you got here before the sun went down.
Yeah, this glass doesn't work too good by moonlight.
Well, now let's find Dark Paw, or we can say goodbye to Totem Bear.
All we have to do is push their overgrown popsicle over this ledge, and it's non-stop all the way down.
And it's a long way down. That's one trip I could skip.
Hey, careful, you noodle noggins. You'll tip. You'll tip. You'll tip the totem!
Yay! 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 Yay!
Don't worry, Princess. We'll find Totem Bear.
Help! Help! Looks like the Totem Bear found us.
Quick, Princess! Bring the totem to life!
It's not working. The totem's too frozen.
Whoa!
Yow!
It's headed straight for Pancake Point.
Oh, poor Totem Bear. To think of all the times the totem saved us, and now it can't even save itself.
Try your amulet now, Princess.
Well, it's worth a try. It worked!
I only hope Totem Bear can stop in time.
Yay! He really put on the brakes. And it's a break for us.
Oh, Trembly, you did it again!
This could definitely get to be a habit I'd like.
Nice totem, old buddy, old pal.
Why do they call it Pancake Point, boss?
Because if you hit bottom, you'll be flatter than a pancake.
I should have guessed.
So, how about it, old friend? Why don't you just let us go? Wait, no, I didn't mean to let us go. No!
If we had food, we could celebrate Totem Bear's return.
Yeah, too bad it was all lost in the avalanche.
Hey, maybe not. Look!
Looks like the Minos are really into the spirit of giving.
Now this is cause to celebrate.
You donkeys got me into this mess, feeding those racking animals. And the Paw Paws. All right, who ordered acorns rare?
I don't know, but we've got Dark Paw. Steam!
Your messages on the blah 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 video are still to come this afternoon. Today's video is Soul to Soul, followed at 5 o'clock by Newsround, then at 5:10 by the final episode of Biker Grove and Gorgeous Gillespie. But now, Hartbeat.
Throwaway art. Now, what does that mean to you? Does it in fact mean some rough little picture that you might have done and think, no, I don't think so? Or could it perhaps mean something like leaves or flowers? They're live and they could be arranged, and that is art. But of course, they wither away and die, and that's throwaway art too, isn't it? Or it might be something much more complicated and beautiful, like a great block of ice that is carved. People do that, you know. But having carved it into something lovely, it melts, and that's thrown away as well. Well, here we are in Cranley CBBC School, and what do you people think that throwaway art is? Anybody?
Natural art.
Natural art. So, what do you think we might use?
Leaves.
Leaves! That's an excellent idea. Yes, leaves we could do.
Sand.
Sand. Splendid. What else?
Chalk.
Chalk. What could we put that on, do you think? Stone slabs, pavements, things like that. Throwaway art. Well, you all know what you're going to look for? Yes? Yes. Right. Well, I suggest off you go and find all the bits and pieces you want.
On the right? Yeah. You'd have to have something to go on the left, wouldn't you? The sunset. Oh, it's starting sunset.
This is excellent draftsmanship, Paul. Are you going to allow for shadow at any time in the drawing?
Yes.
Yep.
The light's going to come from up there, so there's some shadow and reflection on the water.
That should be excellent. This is the sunset, going to be progressively more yellow, is it, as it goes down? So the lighthouse has still got its light on, but the sun is going to come up over the horizon.
Yeah.
The most colourful thing so far, isn't it? And then you get colour all round, which will heighten the black. It'll make the black look better, won't it?
Yes.
Good. How are the sandworks going? Oh my God, can I walk in here?
Well,
Oh, it's the canal, is it? Right, well, I won't put my feet in the canal. What's this going to be? A pyramid of faith. How lovely. That has to be an eye. Those colours, they're so good. In fact, all the colours are so clever. I say, you've got some lovely leaves there, all red. What are you going to do with those?
Oh, we're going to make it into fire.
Well, that's a very good idea. The dragon breathing fire. First rate. Is it all done? Oh, good. I've got one red leaf there. I think we might stand back and admire the dragon now. Ha! Look at his horn. Very good. Look at the shadow on that. Oh, this really is good, you chaps. It's excellent. And the canal down the middle. And now we come to a little habitation. Is this the temple?
Yes.
Temple with little steps going up and a little house on the top and a tiny pyramid on the other side. Well, there you are. Situation normal. English weather. Wind's blown away the dragon. The rain's done for the pavement art. There you are. Throwaway art.
Gosh, that was a good shot. Now, there are lots of things that we throw away every day that we could, in fact, save to make something with. Take, for instance, this jam jar here. It's just perfect for what I'm going to make today, which is, in fact, a snow shaker. And to start off with, if I take the lid off, you have to fill this with water. Now, let me just see. Not right up to the top, just fill it, yes, that's fine. And the thing you want to check is that you've got a very, very good seal on your lid. And once you've done that, the next thing you've got to do is you've got to find something that will make good snow, because you want to create a good snow effect. And I had a lot of sort of thoughts about this, but I came up with this stuff here, surprisingly. It's actually desiccated coconut, and it works very well. And if you watch here, as I put it in, it does actually float. There we are. It actually floats on the top, but if you leave that there for a few days, maybe not a few days, maybe just a day, you'll find that it actually, like this one here, it actually sinks right to the bottom. And once you've done that, if you turn it upside down, you'll see that it starts to look very like snow. But the problem is that the water is very cloudy, but I can solve that. I've got a sieve over here. If I just take the lid off, what you want to do is just pour, as long as you've got a bowl underneath, of course, pour away the cloudy water, and as you can see, you're left with the coconut in the sieve, like that. And I've got a jar over here to put in this coconut. If I just spoon out, I think about a teaspoon's just about right. Put that into your jar, put that back on there, and then go back over to your water, because if you can just fill this up here, like that, it makes clearer water, and that will now all settle to the bottom. And I've also put a piece of blue paper on the back. If I just turn this round, you'll see, like this, to make it look like nighttime, and you'll see exactly how that works at the end. And now what you want to do is you want to make some sort of snow scene which actually goes in the lid. And over here, well, I've started making this. I actually cut out a piece of card and I've made it into a sort of pine tree shape. Now, if you want to, you could paint this with varnish, or you could paint it with gloss paint, and that will protect it in the water. And once you've done that, well, I've got a little bit extra to add on here. I thought a bit of snow, bit on the back here. It's white on the front, and if I just stick this on here, like that, push that up, hold that in position, and if I just turn that over, that leaves two flaps there, which I'll be able to stick onto the lid, and a bit more glue here. Now this glue seems to work quite well. It's a sort of all-purpose glue. You need to leave it for a few seconds. Some there, a little bit of glue. Pull this back over here. I've got a bit of glue in the lid. There we are. And let's see if we can stick this now. Just turn this round, put this in here, and hold that there. Now you need to hold it there for a few seconds to make sure that it will stay there in the water. And if you don't want to cut out your own decorations, well, I've got another idea. How about these Christmas decorations, which you can buy all over the place, lots of different shops. I like, which one do I like? Yep, I like this one here. Look at this little Father Christmas. I think this one's very sweet. And if I put a bit of glue on here as well, I think he might look very good. Let's just put a bit down there. There we go. At the front, right at the front. Will he fit in? Yes, I think he will. Right, there we are. Now you just have to hold that there for a few seconds, make sure it's absolutely stuck in position, and then it's ready to try out over here. Now you put it into the water, straight in. Now screw on the top here, really tightly. Is that going round? Yep. Now that's in position. And when you turn it over, just look at this. There we are. There's your snow scene. you're working very hard.
Ah, doesn't matter how much you sweep them up, Margot.
I
There's
know,
always
it's
more.
true. Look, Tony, I've got some old clothes and rubbish here. Can I leave them over here with the other sack?
Dump them down there,
Right.
Margot.
Okay then, Tony. I'll see you later.
Right. Ah, what a delicious temple. Conkers by the million come tumbling down, get swept up in the autumn. And we play with them, but here is a rather original way of using them. Now, Susie Britton, who is 11, has made these two. This is Rastaconker, look at his marvellous hair, and this is Canine Conker, woof woof. There, well done, Susie. Now, other stuff that gets chucked away on our beaches, building materials, rubbish, stuff like this. Now, this is an old air brick, and here's one that's been pounded by the sea. The hole's been made bigger, and it's rather an attractive shape. But look at this one. It's just like an African mask, isn't it? I think that's most attractive. Of course, bottle glass does get thrown on our beaches, not so much nowadays, thank goodness, but that too gets water-worn, and you can make lovely things from that. Have a look at this flower. This is rather attractive, and it's been put over glass with the light underneath to make it look even more attractive. You can turn things like this into lovely little characters. This, for instance, is somebody with reddish hair and a tiny piece of glass there, and turns it into a juggler with all these bits flying around. Now, this glass, it's interesting to look at because you can tell that that was the top of the bottle and that bit. This, the base, because you can see those shapes, and this just the rounded piece. Let's make something else. Start in the center. Add to it. Now, what could this be? Looks like some strange animal's head with a very thin neck, but not now. This piece is rather an attractive bit. Look, can you just see? There is a recess in there. Don't know what it could have been, that bit of glass, to have that recess, but it's useful. And we ought to be able to just put a tiny little eye in there. That leaves us now with this splendid shape just made to go in there. Perfect. And if we change the lighting and the colour from underneath, it's very interesting.
Does look very good, that
Time for the gallery once more, and I may tell you that it is 25 years old. It started on a programme called Vision On, which was made especially for deaf children, and as 1990 is the centenary of the British Deaf Association, we thought it'd be rather nice to show you some special pictures by deaf children, 4 of them. And this one is by Tahira, who is 8, beautifully painted in poster colour or gouache. And so nice to see that she's reminding us that there are people who really are very hard of hearing and people who are totally deaf.
Tony, I really like this one a lot. It's batik print, and I think the colours are very good. They're sort of muted colours, which
Yes, I quite agree. The batik principle, of course, is the wax where we see all the lightest part because it's taken away with heat. And very characteristic batik.
Yeah.
This, I think, is quite brilliant.
Yes, it is good.
First, get your portrait photograph, and then, of course, you are cutting the shapes. But it's an exploded thing. Having made the cuts, 3 of them, you move the parts away. And of course, it's been very, very well thought out. And that one in the bottom right-hand corner is a masterpiece.
Now, Tony, I think this one's tie-dye, but it's quite difficult to tell.
I know. I was looking at that carefully, and the only other thing that I think it could possibly be is that heliographic paint we used once.
Yeah.
But the effect is exactly like tie-dye, isn't it? And a wonderful background for the kingfisher.
I really like this character.
I'm not surprised. He's absolutely splendid. Look at his teeth.
He's a pirate.
He certainly is. Well done, Matthew. I thought that was a duck, first of all, because it can look like that, but these can rings can be made to be so many different things, and to be little fish here, I think it's quite original.
Somebody's been eating a lot of sweets, Tony.
Yes. I'm not sure whether this is a dustbin or Santa's sack. It makes the most beautiful sack, and of course they might be lovely things to eat put in the sack. Or of course it might be a very, very clean dustbin with the packets thrown away for throwaway art, of course.
A very expensive lemon there, Tony. Pearls for pips.
It certainly is.
What an exotic cocktail. Thank you so much for sending all your work in. It's really been very good today. And here's the address if you want to send more work to us. It's Hartbeat, BBC Television, London, W3 6XZ.
Mr. Scrappy has fished himself. We are going to do some paper folding and cutting on a square to start with, and we can fold this any way you like. It doesn't matter, but not more than 3 times, because otherwise it's very, very difficult to cut. And in the cutting, you'll probably be using blunt-ended scissors. Anyway, be careful with scissors. Now, I shall cut something like this here, and perhaps a bit off that end. And when we open it out, you either think that is a very beautiful shape that you have made, or you think it is not terribly good and that you could do much better. And if you don't like it, just throw it away. And I can promise you that you'll go on doing it on and on and on and on. Another one now. Same square, fold, fold again, and again. One triangle. Now we're going to do the same thing. Fold, fold, and fold. Now we need Margot.
Yes, I'm here. Looking forward to this.
Ready and waiting.
Yes.
Margot, I'm going to put a pencil line across the top.
I see.
Make a triangle there and a long thin piece there.
Right.
And now do exactly the same thing again here. So
yes.
Try and get them exactly the same.
That looks the same.
Triangle. That right?
Yep.
And the long thin bit down there.
Great.
Good. Got your scissors?
Yes, I have.
I have
all
mine.
ready. Right, away we go.
The top's coming off. Snip.
No.
One triangle coming out.
I've done the strip first. Oh,
Doesn't matter in the least.
There we are.
Just as long as it's the same
not coming out
cutting action. There's my last bit.
Oh, Tony, you're far ahead of me. Right, hold on. One more cut here. Great. That's it. Move those
Good.
out the way.
Now we open it up.
Yes.
And it's the same.
It's identical, yes.
Exactly so. Keep opening.
Yes. Right. Oh.
Oh.
It's different.
It seems to be. Open it out.
Oh,
up,
Tony, that's clever
like
stuff.
that.
Gosh.
And we put it down there. And it's a bit of a puzzle, isn't it?
Yes.
It's all in the folding. See if you can work it out.
That really is clever how that works.
Margot,
yes?
My cardigan. Have you seen it anywhere?
Tony, it wasn't that tatty old thing on the clothes set over there, was it?
Not. Well, you could describe it
Tony,
as a...
I put it in the rubbish with the rest of the stocking. Now I've thrown it out. Follow me.
No, Margot, we must get it. We must get it.
Oh, Tony, I really am sorry. Honestly, I thought it was rubbish. You know,
Well,
I just
thank
didn't
you
have
very
no
much,
idea.
Margot.
Which one could it be in? Is it in these ones? No, it's not that one. Oh, dear.
Bye. See you next time.
Bye. Tony, wait, it could be this one. It could be this one here. Oh, no, it's all the leaves in this one. It can't be that one.
My cardigan. Now, all we have to do is sweep this lot up.
Oh, no, I'll get the brush. Hold on.
Right.
Right, here we go.
On Blue Peter tomorrow, Karen goes in search of Britain's tallest Christmas tree and finds it in the forest of Longleat. But getting the giant out of the woods is not an easy task. It's an operation for the army, who haven't seen much service in tree transporting. By the time it reaches Cambridge, quite a bit has to be done, but it's all right on the night. Karen and the giant tree on Blue Peter tomorrow at 5:05 on Children's BBC. And what a pretty tree that was. Looked good, didn't it, that tree? I'd say, personally, Ed, it was about time we had a tree here in the Broomcourt. What do you reckon? Yes, I would agree. But now, though, your blah blah messages with Soul to Soul.
This thing called life. Now what's the meaning of the line? Tell me. Well, it's like dreaming of your goals, ambitions. I'm feeling free. I'm on this mission to achieve. Achieve what? What's in your mind's eye? This is what you believe you should gain. Satisfaction become a shining example. A test as a sample of a new race that has ample supply positivity. You mean flow? Well, like electricity. So you see a clear way with no ambiguity, don't you know? Well, don't be afraid to experiment, you know. Go ahead, you know, and implement your ideas, your notions. Put them in motion like the words we funky threads have spoken to you. So listen up loud and clear. This is a word you must be aware of. What you gonna do, put it in your life too. Now that's the meaning of the line.
Soul to Soul, asking the deep question, what exactly is the meaning of life? Tragically, I have no idea. Biker Grove is still to come this afternoon, after Newsround, presented today by Helen.
The Duchess of York honours the children of courage. Hello again. Some of the bravest children in Britain were at Westminster Abbey in London today for the Children of Courage Awards. The ceremony is held every year to honour children who've shown great courage and determination in overcoming a disability or danger. Newsround's Terry Badu reports.
Inside the famous Westminster Abbey, the 9 children of courage posed for the photographers as their great day got off to a hectic start. They'd come from all over Britain, each one with a remarkable tale to tell. 10-year-old Donna Williams from Wales saved a woman who was choking to death because of an epileptic fit.
Got on my knees then, and I looked in her throat, to the end in her throat, and there was chewing gum, so I turned her head to the side, and I put my finger into her throat and scooped the chewing gum out, and I put her into the recovery position, and I told my sister to phone for the ambulance.
Philip Lee from Harlow is a keen member of the Red Cross, in spite of the fact that he himself needs constant medical attention for chronic asthma and the skin disease eczema.
The eczema can be really a problem, because in the summer when it's really hot, the eczema can really itch and sweat. And when I'm on duty, itching and sweating is my main problem. Actually trying to do a first down something, you're sweating and itching, can be quite difficult.
Everywhere you looked, there was a new hero. A serious back problem meant Stuart Bowman from Hertfordshire had to have his legs removed. But he still manages to get around on his artificial limbs, and even joins in with PE at school.
What's your favourite sport?
PE and swimming.
Now, how do you get by with your legs?
With PE?
Yeah.
I take them off.
And what do? You do everything with your hands?
Yeah.
Is that hard to do?
No, because I'm quite strong and got like a body.
The medals were presented to the children by the Duchess of York at a special ceremony behind closed doors. Then she shared a few jokes with them round the Abbey's Christmas tree before they set off for a Christmas lunch at the House of Lords.
In the Far East, Vietnamese boat people living in camps in Hong Kong have been protesting about the plan to make many of them go home. They left Vietnam hoping for a better life, but Britain, which rules Hong Kong, has begun sending them back, saying they have no right to stay in Hong Kong. The United States has said Britain's decision is wrong. This is Prison Island, 5 miles off Hong Kong. For years, it's been home for thousands of Vietnamese who fled their homeland in tiny boats. But Hong Kong and Britain say many of them aren't real refugees. In spite of today's protests, Britain says more Vietnamese will be sent home soon and that America should mind its own business. A giant hovercraft made her last sea journey today, and now she's destined for star treatment at a planned new museum. But it proved to be a big struggle getting the 50-ton disused Navy hovercraft from the Isle of Wight to the south coast of England. The hovercraft is going to a temporary home at a naval base before moving in as the main exhibit at the Hovercraft Museum. For Newsround, Steve Humphrey reports.
The hovercraft was built in a factory on the Isle of Wight 20 years ago. For many years, she was used by the Royal Navy and went on expeditions to the Arctic and the United States. She was going to be sent to a scrapyard, but hovercraft enthusiasts decided to save her. As the hovercraft doesn't have her own engine anymore, she had to be towed across the sea by a tugboat. A big air blower was then used to lift up the hovercraft so she could be pulled up a steep slope. It was a difficult job. At one stage, one of the ropes being used to pull the hovercraft broke. But eventually 4 lorries managed to get her up the slope. She was pulled into a Navy base where she'll be stored. There are plans to set up a hovercraft museum when a big enough building can be found, so this hovercraft and others can be put on display.
A big inquiry is to be held into how visitors affect Britain's most beautiful areas. The Countryside Commission, which looks at after